Hello guys, welcome to a new video this week. How are you? Bia here. Excuse the incredibly messy mat and cars outside. It's very humid in here and I just cannot have the window closed. I definitely need to clean this mat, but not today. Definitely not today. So today I bring you something not super usual here on my channel, which is a small tiny haul I did on some handmade watercolors because I've been super obsessed on this account on Instagram called Tiny Clouds. Tiny Clouds paid. This is the business card that came with the package. I only took it out of the envelope since it was kind of falling apart, but I have the bags here and I'm going to show you. So I purchased the two paints from this shop, which is Tiny Clouds Paint on Instagram, and this is by Lau, and definitely they are super awesome. I really love the color palettes that they create, and I gotta close the window. This house is so noisy, my gosh. Okay, so this is what I got, and this is also, so this person gives out a little swatch when they are mulling the paints. I think they put like the mull here, do like a stamp of the color, and this is really cool. This is for the color Shore, and a little note here telling me that they gave me an extra watercolor pen since the pigment itself was falling out of the pen, so I kind of have a duplicate of the color, so hopefully I like it since I have two now. And they also sent me a few dots, which is also super generous. So let's go for the one that I have a duplicate of. So they come in these little glassine bags, which are super nice and I'm definitely gonna keep. And so, yeah, they kind of both fall out of the pan, but they are super like straight. This one has a little air bubble, but nothing bad. So it comes in this little swatching card, I think. This is for it would be used for. I will definitely swatch the color here. Aries is the name of the color, July 21st, and this is the two pigments that it uses. I believe it's PR12 and PR101, I think. And this is handmade in Belgium. So definitely check out this page. I really like it. It has a little Aries thingy here. So let me just take out the tape. Yeah, so I can use this as a swatch card. I don't have a ton of handmade watercolors. The ones that I have are by the Fin Over Apollo, which are super lovely. And I definitely love them. But I really wanted to just try this small business since the aesthetic of the Instagram page is chef's kiss. Definitely recommend it. So this is Aries, and like I said, I have two. Then let's go for this one. I definitely wanted to get one of the bigger sets, but I'm kind of broke. And let me get this out. And this person works with shop updates, so yeah, this one doesn't fall off. So basically, whenever they do paints, they just do a limited amount and they run out fast. I was on the clock. I had 3 alarms just waiting for the shop update because I really wanted to try a few colors. Unfortunately, I could only afford 2, but I kind of got a duplicate now and a few dots, which is nice. And this one is Aquarius, again, July 21st, and I believe it says PB28, PV15, and 617, I think. And again here, Aquarius. Move here the tape. Okay. So these are the colors that I got. This is kind of like a bluish, I believe it was granulating color, and this one's very my vibe, very maroon. So I'm curious to see how they look in real life. And then here dots, I got, so the one that's in my little swatch, Shore, and then Gray, I think that's how you'd say this, and then New Moon. I'm gonna swatch these two with you and then maybe have fun and try and do just a piece with these. In the meantime, I can show you just my tins of handmade watercolors that I have. So these are all the Fino over Apollo. These are... Okay, so this one, these are swatches that I got. So I was a Patreon for the Fiend for 2 months, I believe. And so in one of the parcels that I got, I have the swatches, which honestly I haven't touched yet, swatching, so maybe I'll do that soon. And then I got these two colors as a Patreon, and it's really cool. The pens are 3D printed. Pretty much all of the watercolors that I have that are handmade are this person's small business, and then these are also sparkly ones, all from the Fiend. She's a lovely, lovely person and a dear friend, so also definitely check them out if you are interested in handmade watercolor. I'll probably just pop these two later on here like that, and they will fit just nice in my little tin of handmade watercolor. Let's quickly swatch these because I'm pretty curious to see how they look. So let me go grab some water. Okay, so Aries, let's swatch it. I guess either one of them will do. Okay, let's see how they re-wet. Very nicely. I already have a lot of pigment on my brush. Ooh, okay. They look way more redder on the pan, but this is basically the color that I wanted. I use this color for pretty much line art, I think. When I use watercolor, I really like using this as a line art. So I'm pretty happy with it. Very, very nice. Very happy with that. We'll see how that dries. Then quickly here, Aquarius. I found that handmade watercolor paints, at least the ones that I have, re-wet really nicely. Let's see. Less blue, I think, that I thought, but I quite like it. I like this. I like pink and blue, so I guess I kind of got one of my favorite color combos. I just wanted to see if they granulated. Let me do little droplets of water here or there, so I can see if they bloom nicely. And then I just wanted to also swatch the dots. Let's see here, Gray. Ooh. Is it sparkly? It's sparkly. Ooh, it's very sparkly. I like it. The sparkle is very subtle. I don't think you can see that on camera at all. Maybe when it's dry, you'll be able to see it. Okay, I like this color. Very nice. Okay, New Moon. It's a very dry little dot here. I think it's also sparkly. It's weird paper to send dots in this one. Okay, this one does not really want to re-wet. New Moon is not really wanting to, but I think it's also sparkly. And usually sparkly colors are a bit more stubborn. Where is Shore? Here, but I already kind of know how it is since it's the swatch card. Ooh, but let me still swatch it. Yeah, this one re-wets so much easier than New Moon. New Moon just does not really want to be wet. But this one, I like. Okay. It's a very bone color, not something I would use a lot actually. Hence why I didn't get it. I just got colors that I thought I would use. So yeah, handmade watercolors are definitely more muted than the ones that I usually use, but they have something about them. I really, really like them. Yeah, this is kind of, here's the thing. Let me see if I can show you New Moon. Okay, you can see the sparkle here. See how it's sparkly, but it's very dry. but I can see a ton of sparkles in the dot itself, and that's probably why it's so dry. It's just chalk filled with sparkles. So let me see if I can show you gris as well, or gray, I don't know how you say this. The sparkles here are much thinner, hence why it's re-wetting much easier. So this is all the colors that I got in my little haul. The Aquarius is doing some interesting things, so I'm curious to see how this dries. I will be checking back with you in a whatever amount of time it has passed, hopefully with a sketch, and we're going to paint something together with these watercolors, so I'll see you then. Welcome to the voiceover part. So as you can see, for the drawing for these watercolors, I went for the sort of fairy thingy. I found a really nice reference on Instagram, on Patreon, Pinterest, my gosh, that had this pose of someone doing that with the hands, and I thought it looked very delicate, and then I just built the idea from there. The wings, I don't know how they came up. The wings, as you can see, I did not really had a plan going in. They're very sketchy and not that detailed, but I'm not the best at wings. It's something that I really would love to practice more because it's fun and they're very pretty. And so far I really like the watercolors. As I said, they are very much more muted than the watercolors I'm used to using, but I think that's just a given. My voice cracked, wow. I think that's just a given with handmade watercolors. It just happens, the pigments are different, the pigments are probably just more natural, but it's part of their charm. I don't use mine every single time that I try to do a painting, but I do enjoy using them from time to time, and plus they're so cute, and plus supporting small businesses. And I also find handmade watercolors really interesting. I find the whole process really interesting. If I didn't live in such a small space, and if the whole supplies didn't take up a lot of room and they weren't a bit expensive, it's something that I definitely would like to try. That's something for the future, when I'm a bit more stable economically and have just more room, because my little corner is very small and I don't have a lot of space, neither for storage nor for just surface storage. My desk is full most of the times just with my computer, and it's a small MacBook. I started with the Aquarius for the skin. I really thought that would just be the base. Even though I have a pink, I really enjoy doing blue skin and then pink hair rather than the opposite. I just really like how it looks. And so I did a whole base of Aquarius even on the hair, and then I went with Aries and did a layer of glazing over the hair to give it a bit more darker hue. And then I just kind of mixed both and started doing line work. I'm really happy with the colors that I got, since they really complement each other, and it's colors that I really enjoy using on my work. They lifted pretty well. I did not like the hand at all, so I just kind of lifted and problem solved. No issue there. And then I just started working on the tattoos. I kind of went all over the place with this drawing, since the watercolors kind of dried a bit lighter than what I wanted. So I especially had to go twice on the tattoos to make them a bit darker hue, just so I liked it a bit more and they didn't just fade away that much. So this week I'm actually starting to film the exclusive video for Patreon. I decided that starting this month, I will be adding an exclusive video on the $7 tier on my Patreon. So this week will be a sort of studio vlog / how I do decals and the rewards. So if this is something that you would be interested and would just like more content from me, you can always check out my Patreon. I did an update on the tiers this month. I just thought they needed something else, and so I added an exclusive video for the previously $5 tier, now $7. I also adjusted the prices a little bit accordingly to the changes, and then I also created a tier for mini originals. I think these are very fun and I really wanted to try it. It's the spring tier and you get the mini original, and I also did an exclusive sticker which is here. It's going to be hollow. I will make it when I see how many people we have. So hopefully we'll find out if at least someone pledges on that tier. I think it would be very fun to be making mini originals for you guys, but of course I'm at your hands. And other life updates, I'm having my second dose of the vaccine this Wednesday, and I'm pretty nervous. I really hate needles. I usually faint with injections, but I'm being better as I grow older. Still get really nervous, and last time it really hurt. My arm really swelled because the guy just kind of stabbed me. He really did not have any patience for me, but it's fine. I'm doing the second dose and hopefully I feel okay. Last time I just had, like, my head was not working, but I didn't have any fever or anything. My boyfriend had really high fever. I was just very dull and I did not want to move at all. So hopefully that's the most it's gonna happen. I'll try anyway to just try and do everything that I have to do today and tomorrow, which is Monday and Tuesday, just because I really don't want to be dependent on doing stuff on Wednesday and Thursday at least. Friday, hopefully I'll feel a little bit better, and then if necessary I can work there, but I'm going to try my best to just do anything I need today and tomorrow. So next week's video, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm pretty excited about it, but I'm not going to tell you because it's a little secret, but I'm just going to let you know that it's going to be a little bit different. I think I'm going to start recording it today, maybe, or tomorrow, because I'm going back home during the weekend because it's my dad's birthday, and so I won't be able to film all that stuff. His birthday is on Monday, which means would be the day of me posting stuff on Patreon. Patreons get the video a day early, and so I kind of need to do it before I go home, because I know I don't do any work at home because my parents are always on top of me. So I don't really can't do anything, so I have to do it now, and so I'm excited for doing a little bit of a different video. Hopefully you guys like it. You'll see what I mean when I do it, when I post it. I still get very nervous when I post a video. I'm always like, oh, will they like it or not? I don't know. I feel like my voice is very annoying in this video. I just woke up. I'm sorry, guys. I just want to take this time a bit to appreciate you guys and to say thank you for coming along. We are slowly growing. We each day have a bit more subs. We are walking to 2K, which is still crazy to me. Unfortunately, I'm still not monetized. My watch time is not great. I still enjoy doing videos for you guys. I would enjoy for this to be income, because I'm still trying very hard for this art to be my income. At the moment, it's just something that does small change, but hopefully one day it will be my income. Oh, by this time I kind of finished the drawing, but I thought I needed a bit more. So I grabbed my Defino Over Apollo watercolor paint, and I was kind of between a more goldy pink and very red, but I thought this one would contrast the drawing very nicely, and I think it did in the end. Used this to spice up the wings. They were very bland, and I still did not quite know how I wanted them to look. I didn't use the gold that much in the other places, just a little bit. I think the main focus of the gold was definitely the wings. Looking at the drawing, her proportions are definitely longer than what I usually do in my drawings. I usually draw them a bit shorter, not so longish. Her torso is huge, but I kind of like it. It looks very fairy-like, so yay for trying new proportions, maybe. Just having fun, and this drawing was definitely fun, and I like how it looks. It's similar to what I usually do, but the colors are a bit different, so I'll count that as trying new things. And I really enjoy these watercolors, they're super fun. And so with this, the drawing is done and the video is also done. Thank you so much as always for being here and for watching. You guys are always so awesome. I also want to say thank you so much for your lovely comments in my last video. You guys were so sweet, and the video did better than I thought it would, which is always a huge surprise for me. I always get like, yay, people liked it. And I hope you enjoyed this video too. Thank you again for watching and for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know if you like the video, if you like the drawing, anything else you want to let me know. I always love your comments. It makes me all happy. All my links are down below. Check out my Instagram, my Patreon, my TikTok. I'm also doing a Pinterest page where I'm just putting all references materials if you want to check it out. Please check out the links. It really helps me out growing and hopefully making this a thing. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!